This is one of the more challenging parables in all of the Gospels to get a handle on. I had a scripture professor when I was in the seminary who always used to say, if there's something in Scripture that you read and you go, what is that doing there? Or if you read a parable and you go, what? Then what that means is that it was probably original. And what I mean by that is there's a number of early manuscripts of the New Testament that we have, and the scholars take all of these manuscripts and they look at them, and there's minor differences. You know, there's a sentence here or a word there, and they try to figure out from all of these what's the original, right? And he says if there's something that you just go, what in the world is that about? It's probably original. And if you look at this parable, if you had a Wall Street executive or a stockbroker who did what this dishonest steward did, you would expect them to be in jail, or you would be trying to put them there. I mean, look at how this goes. He realizes that he's going to lose his job. So what he does is he calls the master's debtors in and says, how much do you owe? Oh, just slash it by 50%. It'll all be good. Hoping that he's going to get a place to stay tomorrow when he loses his job. And then somebody else comes in. Oh, just slash it by 20%. It's all good. Now, it's interesting because when you read the scripture commentators about this parable, they don't agree. And I was reading one of them that actually said, the dishonest steward was not actually taking money from the master. What he was really doing was writing off his own commission. So he was going to get a commission on these various, and I sat there and I went, really? That sounds like somebody who's just uncomfortable with the parable and so made something up that sounded better. Because if you think about it, what does Jesus call this person? The dishonest steward. So clearly this person was dishonest. So what does all of this mean? Is Jesus commending this person for being dishonest? So there's a lot of questions, and the commentators tend to disagree on at least this, that, a lot of the interpretation of this. But so it's important to step back and just kind of remember, put all the commentaries aside. Read the scripture. Listen to what just got said. Nobody ever commended the dishonest steward for being dishonest. The dishonest steward was commended for his prudence. He saw the signs. In this case, he saw he was about to get fired, and he took quick, decisive, prudent action. Think about this for a second. If you were to open up your credit card statement, or I don't guess anybody gets one in the mail anymore, if you go online and look at your credit card statement, and there are 50 charges to a .com that you have never heard of, are you going to take quick, decisive action? I'm thinking you're going to call MasterCard and say, hey, what's up with this? If you have chest pains, shortness of breath, and numbness in your left arm, are you going to say, let's check this out for a few days and see where it goes? You're going to take quick, decisive, prudent action. And that's what Jesus says we're supposed to do in the spiritual realm as well. And It's what we're supposed to do with our money. There's this weird line in this, as Jesus is talking, he tells the parable, and then he says, make friends for yourself with dishonest wealth, so that when it fails, you'll have a dwelling in heaven. That's a weird line, right? Make friends with yourselves with dishonest wealth. And I think it's important to know that in Greek, if you read that, it's not like, okay, here's dishonest wealth and now I'm going to go make friends with it. It really means by means of. So make friends by means of dishonest wealth. Well, that doesn't clear it up, right? Because what is dishonest wealth? St. Ambrose says it this way: we came into this world naked, and we're going to go out of this world naked. So essentially, all of our wealth is dishonest because it's not ours. We're only using it for a while. And then we got to give it to somebody else. And so what is Jesus saying? Use what we've been given, the gifts that we have been given, and share them. Share them with the people who need them the most. As we approach this Eucharistic banquet today, we count the blessings that we've been given. And we remember the gift we're given in this Eucharist. But we also remember that we're supposed to take the gifts that we've been given and share them with others. That means our lives and even our money. As we gather here today, we give thanks and we ask for God to help us to be not dishonest stewards, but good stewards of what we've been given.